Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Florence and this is Zillennial Life. You're watching this on my birthday. I am officially living my mid-20s and going into my late 20s. I think 27 is late 20s, right? And I wanted to go over a few things that I have decided I will stop doing. Things I am leaving behind, things I am unlearning as I get older. And I thought that during my birthday would be a great time to share these lessons, reflections, thoughts, all of that. So yeah, let's just get into it. Things I'm leaving behind, things I'm unlearning, things I am reflecting about. Number one on the list is being timid at work. And I will combine this with imposter syndrome at work. But that's a bigger monster to tackle than just being timid. But yeah, if you know me from back home in Kenya, you would probably describe me as someone who's very bold, who's very confident. But if you know me from work here in the US, you'd probably think I'm shy and timid. I don't know when that shift happened. I really don't understand when that shift happened. I moved abroad and suddenly I don't speak up in meetings. I just keep quiet. I only talk when I believe what I'm saying is absolutely valuable. I don't volunteer to do things. We're stopping that. Like, it's been more than 3 years so far at work, and I am ready to get over this shyness. I don't even know where that comes from. I am ready to get over it and just return to my confident self. I am ready. So going forward, I am going to be actively trying to push myself to be confident at work. The second thing I will not be doing going forward is staying at home 24/7 every single day of the year. I am usually an introvert, and I still think I will be an introvert. But going forward, I am going to push myself to get out there and try things, to get out there and see the world. There is so much to see out there. There is so many new experiences to enjoy. There's so many people to meet. There's so many things to do, things to see. And staying at home is it's a disservice to myself, especially when I've moved to a whole new country. There's so many things I can learn by exploring things around me. I am doing a disservice to myself by staying in the house majority of the time. Now, granted, I appreciate why I cocooned after moving. I appreciate it. But now I am telling myself that season is over and I need to step out in boldness and go and explore. Number 3 on the list is thinking I can do things alone. I think I have grown up to be pretty independent. I am the type of person who keeps my problems to myself. I don't talk about it to people. I have had this feeling of independence. I can figure it out. I'll just sleep and think of a solution, blah, blah, blah. But going forward, no. No. I am going to build a community of people around me, whether it's in my professional life, so mentors, coaches, sponsors, or in my personal life, my family, friends in different stages of life. Just a community of people around me. Even you guys, the subscribers, you're also part of the community. And I have decided that human beings are not meant to do life alone. That's not how we were built. We're supposed to exist in a community, and there is value in cultivating those relationships. So therefore, going forward, I'm going to be very intentional. I think even my friends have noticed this. This year in particular, I have been very intentional about keeping up with my friends, whether it's phone calls, texts, checking up on them, and I will keep doing that. I will keep doing that as I go on in life, because honestly, you cannot do life alone. You need people around you. And also that involves you being a great addition to other people's community. So it isn't just a take. You also need to give. You need to give your time, your resources, your love, your care. The same way you're receiving the same things, love, care, resources, you also need to give. So it's a two-way street. But going forward, yes, I am going to cultivate and nourish the community I'm building around me. Number 4 on the list of things I will stop doing is hiding my talents and my gifts and not using my voice and my platform. And what I mean by this is, for example, with my YouTube channel, It may have come about during the pandemic as a hobby, but it quickly began growing in its own sense. Like, it's a very small channel still, but it did grow significantly when I was posting consistently. And what happened is I got scared. I was like, oh my God, what if this actually blows up? Am I ready for that platform? Do I know what to do with it? Why do people even care anyway? Nobody cares what I'm posting, so maybe I should just stop and recede and go hide in my cocoon. And I do the same thing with many other gifts that I have, many other talents. Even at work, when I just keep quiet, which is point number one, being timid at work, I am hiding my voice, I am hiding my gifts. I am beginning to doubt all those things. I am doubting whether I provide value, which is weird because when you look at the things objectively, I am providing value. For example, there are so many people who have DM'd me on Instagram and told me, I found your channel and you inspire me. It is so great to see someone who looks like you, someone who's from Kenya, who studied here, working abroad in a big company. It means that my dreams to do the same thing are valid. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love your channel. Or your vlogs are very relatable. It's nice to see a Kenyan navigating life in the US. And all these things, your story has value. Your story has value. My story has value. My gifts have value. This platform has value. I am literally telling myself all these things. And the thing that made me realize what I was doing and why I sometimes disappear from YouTube and talk myself out of it, to stop posting on TikTok and all of that, is the parable of the talents. When the master gives 3 people talents, and then 2 of them go and multiply, and one hides them to preserve to preserve them, but the master is unhappy with the person who hid their talents. Yeah, I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer doing that. I may not have everything figured out. I may not have the end goal of what this Zillennial life will end up being, but I am done hiding my talents. I am done not using my voice. I am done not using my platform. However, there's a caveat. I need to be very intentional about how I use my voice, my gifts, my talent, my platform, to always make sure that I am not, what's the word, idolizing myself, because social media can be a little it's all me. I need to make sure that in everything I do, this is something that I'm very intentional about, that I always give back the glory to God, because all this that you see is through His favor, His grace, His mercies, His love. So therefore, even as I grow this platform and use the gifts He has given me and the talents He's given me, I need to be careful to always make sure He is seen in my work, if that makes sense. But that's number 4. Number 5 on the list is shying away from trying new experiences. And this will be a very general theme in all these points, but I do this thing where I like the tried and tested. I love the comfort of the familiar. I really love that. So whenever something new is happening, I get very anxious about it, and sometimes I will talk myself out of it. But now, no, we're not doing any of that. We're not doing any of that. We're going to try new experiences. For example, with fragrance, that's something I didn't know was going to be exciting to me, but now it is. I am also getting into the world of fashion. I've never considered myself fashionable. I still kind of don't. But I am going to explore the world of fashion. And the new thing that I'm getting into is makeup. I have never been a makeup person, but now I am, because why not? I'm going to explore it. It's a form of art, and what's there to lose? Whether it's cooking new foods, really just embracing a lot of newness. Anything I can learn, I can try, I can go see, experience, I am going to do that. I am no longer going to shy away and box myself in and say, I am not a fashion person. No, I can't be. Why can I not be? And the thing with this newness is that I am also allowed to change my mind. If, for example, I explore the world of fashion and I discover I love minimal fashion, minimal comfortable, doesn't mean that I have to wear minimal comfortable clothes every single day for the rest of my life. I could change my mind and decide now I want more feminine pieces, and that's also fine. I am giving myself that type of grace to explore things, try new things, change my mind often, and just experience the fullness of life. Number 6 on the list is postponing joy. This one is self-explanatory. We all probably have done this before, where you say, I'll wear that dress during a special occasion, or I'm saving this expensive fragrance for a special occasion, or I will enjoy when I go on vacation, or that type of thing. Yeah, I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer postponing joy. The thing is that today is a gift and tomorrow is not guaranteed, and therefore, yeah, I am no longer postponing joy. If joy in this moment comes in taking a nap, I will not postpone that and say, oh, I'll sleep over the weekend. No, I will take the nap. If joy in this moment comes in the sense of I want to go grab a coffee, I will not say, oh no, let's do that over the weekend, or let's wait for my birthday to go for a dinner, or let's wait for somebody's wedding so that I can wear this particular fragrance. Absolutely not. If I want to wear the fragrance to bed, I will wear the fragrance to bed. I am not postponing joy. And of course, within reason. Doesn't mean that now you go and blow all your money because you're not postponing joy. You need to be smart about it. All these things have caveats. So within reason. But you should not live your life in the sense that you're postponing everything to the future, and the future is not guaranteed. Number 7 is putting myself last. I have observed this thing where when someone asks me for something, I find it very easy to do it for them. But when I want something, I find every single reason why I do not deserve that thing. For example, let's say it's someone else's birthday. I'll find it very easy for me to gift them something or take them out for dinner or something of the sort. But if I want to try a restaurant, I'll be like, no, don't go for dinner, cook in the house. Save the money. There's no special occasion to go celebrate, blah, 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 blah. And it boils down to very many other aspects of my life where I put myself last in a lot of things. And I am going to change that. Because you can't give from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself. You need to love on yourself. Even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You've got to love yourself first. And therefore, I am no longer putting my needs last. It isn't a pecking order where you go and take care of everybody else and then you take care of yourself last. Absolutely not. Doesn't mean I will be selfish. No. Being selfish is not a good thing. But I will still prioritize my needs the same way I would prioritize the needs of those who I love. Because I love myself. Right? Right. Number 8 on the list of things I'll stop doing is talking myself out of my gifts, out of my blessings, and out of my dreams. And what I mean by this is I have noticed that I have a lot of negative self-talk. So for example, if I think about a video idea or a TikTok idea, I will quickly talk myself out of it and be like, nobody cares. Why would you want to film that video? For example, this video. I had already told myself, nobody cares. Nobody cares about things that you're leaving behind. No one will learn anything. Why do you think it is valuable to share such things? The question is, why am I talking myself out of these things? Or if something good happens in my life, I will quickly pass it off as luck. Even when there was effort on my part that went into getting that thing, I will pass it off as luck. I just got lucky. No, we're not doing that. We're no longer doing that. Number 9 on the list is thinking that I have to be exhausted to deserve rest. That one is self-explanatory. I do not have to be burnt out to deserve rest. For example, I'm currently on leave, and I was already talking myself out of taking leave because I'm not burnt out yet. But why should I wait until when I am completely burnt out and exhausted for me to take time off? Why? Why? In fact, one of the sermons that has followed me this whole year is that rest is a form of worship. Because when you rest, you admit that you don't have things in your control. When you're in the doing, in the working, in the grinding, you kind of believe that, you have things in control and the outcome is based on what you do. But when you take leave and you see the company running without you, or when you go to bed at night and sleep, and the whole world is still functioning, the moon is still shining, the sun still shines in the morning without you, You begin to realize your place in this big universe, and how you're not in control. You really are not in control. And it's scary, but it's also freeing. It's very freeing to realize that you actually don't have to try and control everything. You really don't. Because you're not in control anyway. And therefore, you don't need to overwork yourself to deserve rest. You should just rest. And rest is a form of worship. Number 10 on the list is that opportunities are limited and everyone has to be in competition. This, again, I have to unlearn. Getting out of that mentality of scarcity and moving into an abundance mentality, that there is enough in the world to go around. And moving forward, I am going to embrace that mentality of abundance. Number 11 on the list is that I have to have everything figured out. That is something that I am leaving behind. You know how when you begin adulting, immediately you're bombarded with everything that you need to have figured out. Especially in your early 20s, mid 20s, and you sometimes go into this crisis mode because there's way too many things to figure out. I have just realized that nobody has it figured out, and that's fine. That is actually fine. It is scary, but it's also freeing. That you don't have to have things figured out. And in fact, it's okay for you to not know the whole story. It's okay for you to just know what you want to do next, because you can always change your mind. If, for example, what is stressing you is your career trajectory, it's okay if you can't figure out what you want to be doing 5 years from now. I do not know what I would like to be doing 5 years from now, but that's fine, because 5 years ago, I didn't think I would be where I am. So it's okay to just know what you want to do next or what you want to do right now. And you can always change your mind. If, for example, I decide I don't want to work in tech anymore, nothing is stopping me from changing my mind. So I don't have to have things figured out. The thing with life is that most things make sense in retrospect. The dots connect in retrospect. Not right now, not in the moment. So I am just going to let life unfold and trust and believe that everything will work out and I don't have to figure it out. Number 12 on the list is the idea that there's a correct formula to a life of faith. Absolutely not. It's a very personal journey, and I am determined going forward to explore that journey personally. It's a personal relationship between me and God, and therefore the ways I choose to grow that relationship or express myself in that relationship are going to be different than what someone else might do. And therefore, I am allowing myself to explore that in a personal way. And finally, number 13 on the list of things that I am unlearning is that there's only one way or one truth or one point of view to anything in life. I am learning that things are more nuanced than that. Things are not always black or white. There's a lot of gray area, and there's very many shades of gray. And therefore, I am giving myself grace and giving other people grace in where they are on that spectrum. The other thing that I'm also unlearning or becoming cognizant of is that we view life through our point of view, our perspective, our lived experiences, and everybody else does the same thing. And what we do is that we don't think about the other person's story. So for example, say you walk into a coffee shop and the attendant is rude to you. In your life, where you're the main character, they are only playing the role of coffee attendant, and therefore you might be like, why are they rude? This is their job. They need to be pleasant. They need to smile and serve me my coffee with a happy face. But they are also the main character in their life, and in their story where they're at, there's other things going on in their life that may have caused them to be in a foul mood that morning. But you don't think about that. You think about your story and you being the main character, and how dare they be rude. I'm not saying that being rude is a good thing, no. But the idea of thinking about those different nuances and how there's many perspectives, everyone's values are different, everyone's story is different, everyone's lived experiences is different. It makes you extend a lot of grace to your family, to your friends, to your partner. When you're in conflict, you look at the conflict in a different way. You try to understand the other person's perspective. Why do you feel the way you feel? and then you try and express why you feel the way you feel. And most times you will realize that the issues can be resolved and you won't be as aggravated as you would be if you were only looking at the problem from your perspective. And that concludes the video. Those are all the things that I have been reflecting about as I head into a new year of my life. I am grateful to see a new year. Happy birthday to me. I am excited to see what this new season brings. This season of exploring, of newness, of learning and unlearning, changing my mind often, and just embracing life to its fullest. I cannot wait to see what that season looks like. So let me know which things you're also learning and unlearning. What are you going to do more of? What are you going to do less of? Let me know. Let's learn in the comments. Please comment down below and let me know. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Please leave a comment with something that you've been thinking about, reflecting about. I would love to learn from you guys. And until next time, bye.